We've mapped the surface of Mars. We've photographed the rings of Saturn, and yet the largest habitat on our own planet remains almost completely unknown to us. More than 80% of the ocean has never been mapped, observed, or explored. Tonight, we descend into that darkness, into a world stranger than any alien fiction. As we sink, the light dies fast. By 200 meters, the warm colors of the surface are already gone. By 1,000 meters, we enter what scientists call the midnight zone, a realm of crushing pressure, near freezing cold, and total eternal darkness. There is one rule down here that governs almost everything. Red light cannot travel far in the deep sea. This single fact means that reddish animals can more easily avoid predators, and as we'll see, it has shaped the bodies and colors of nearly everything that lives here. In this blackness, life didn't disappear, it got creative. Meet the anglerfish, perhaps the most iconic monster of the deep. The female possesses a glowing lure, a bioluminescent bulb that dangles from a rod-like spine on its head. She waves it in the pitch black, mimicking the movement of small prey. When a curious fish swims close, she strikes, swallowing it whole. But here's the twist. That light isn't hers. The lure is produced by symbiotic bacteria living inside the fish's body. She is, quite literally, fishing with borrowed fire, and her strangest secret is reproduction. In many species, males are sometimes 100 times smaller than females. When a male finally finds a mate in the vast emptiness, he bites into her body, fuses with her tissue, and connects to her bloodstream. Over time, he loses his eyes, fins, and most of his organs, becoming little more than a living appendage that provides sperm when needed. It sounds like horror, but in a place this empty, where finding a partner even once may be a miracle, it's simply survival. Next, a creature whose name promises terror and delivers something far gentler, the vampire squid. Its scientific name, Vampyroteuthis infernalis, translates to vampire squid from hell. The reality is almost charmingly ordinary. Despite its terrifying name, the vampire squid is relatively tiny, reaching a maximum of about 6 inches in length, and it is, ironically, neither a true vampire nor a true squid. It's the last surviving member of an ancient group of cephalopods, a living fossil drifting through time. So what does this little monster actually eat? Not blood. It feeds on marine snow, a continuous rain of organic debris that drifts down from the upper ocean. Using long, sticky filaments, it collects particles of dead plankton and detritus, rolling them into balls and consuming them. It thrives where almost nothing else can. The vampire squid lives in the oxygen minimum zone, an environment with just a fraction of the oxygen of waters near the surface. And when threatened, it doesn't flee in panic. It turns itself inside out, exposing rows of spiky, finger-like cirri, and the tips of its arms glow blue-green to confuse predators. It has no ink sac like its shallow water cousins. Instead, it releases a glowing fluid that distracts predators while it makes a quick escape. If the vampire squid bends our expectations, this next creature breaks them entirely. The barrel-eye fish, an animal that can see through its own forehead. Its head is transparent, and its eyes are two glowing green orbs sitting behind its face, gazing up toward the surface. What look like its eyes on the front of its head? those are actually its olfactory organs. For years, scientists wondered how it could possibly eat if its eyes pointed straight up. In 2009, researchers showed that the fish can rotate its eyes forward to see its food when eating. A living periscope evolved over millions of years. Down on the seafloor, the rules change again. Here, food doesn't swim, it falls, and waiting for it is a creature that looks like it crawled out of the age of dinosaurs, the giant isopod. It looks like a massive version of the common pill bug and can reach lengths of up to half a meter, making it one of the largest crustaceans in the deep ocean. It survives on a brutal economy of scarcity. Giant isopods are scavengers, feeding on the carcasses of whales and fish that sink to the seafloor. Because food is so scarce, they can go for weeks or even months without eating. And when they finally do find a meal, they gorge themselves until their bodies swell to almost twice their normal size. You might think we've already found the deep sea's strangest residents. We've barely begun. In 2025, off the coast of Argentina, scientists aboard a research vessel sent a robot down into the Mar del Plata Canyon, a chasm twice as deep as the Grand Canyon. Over the course of 3 weeks, the team recorded more than 40 species that may be new to science. They found see-through squid, pale pink lobsters, and a king crab carrying 100 hitchhiking barnacles. A mother octopus clutched her eggs in a protective embrace, sheltered behind pink and orange corals. Then there was the discovery that reads like mythology. In a museum collection sat a single squid specimen, overlooked for decades, recovered, it turned out, from the stomach of a sperm whale. Scientists realized it represented an entirely separate branch of the squid family tree. They named it Poseidon's squid. A whale diving thousands of meters had unknowingly delivered to science an entirely unknown branch of ocean life. And in the deepest trenches beyond 6,000 meters, researchers recently unveiled 14 new species, including a record-setting mollusk, a carnivorous bivalve, and a popcorn-like parasitic isopod. But this fragile ancient world now faces a threat from the surface that birthed it. There is growing pressure to mine the deep sea floor for rare metals. Mining the abyssal plain for manganese and other minerals will release a sediment plume that clouds the waters above. And for creatures like the anglerfish, who depend on clear water for their bioluminescence to lure prey, that cloud could be catastrophic. As one researcher put it, deep sea canyons are biodiversity hotspots, yet we still know very little about them. We are at risk of destroying species before we've even discovered they exist. The deep sea is not the dead, empty void we once imagined. It is a thriving realm of alien beauty, of fish that fuse into their mates, of squid that turn themselves inside out, of eyes that gaze through transparent skulls. Every expedition we send down returns with creatures we never dreamed existed. They are living reminders that Earth still holds secrets, that wonder is not confined to the stars. We look up at the night sky and call it the final frontier. But the truest unknown isn't above us, it's below, in the cold and the dark and the silence, where life, against every impossible odd, still finds a way to glow.